Hello and welcome back to Realm of Thrones, and indeed, look at where we are now. Oh yes, we are on an extremely, well, shall we say, rain-drenched battlefield right next to, wow, it's literally thundering right now. That is very cool. I love that. That is actually fantastic from a pure atmospheric direction. That is so cool. That is so cool. Anyway, we're right next to Illyria right now. Yes, we're right next to Illyria because we have now basically well, I didn't do anything basically. I was pretty much just trying to sort of manage my fief, right? I was just trying to manage my fief. I was trying to make sure that we didn't have any problems after we lost our steward, obviously, in the previous episode. So we had 50 or so less capacity, which is actually not as bad as I thought it was going to be. So I'm not too... Well, I mean, it is very, it is very distressing because, he was obviously fantastic, but there's not much I can do about it, I mean, I can reload if I wanted to, but obviously I don't want to do that, I want to roll with the punches, as it were, That's kind of the whole deal. Because if I reloaded at every single turn whenever I had some kind of setback, that wouldn't make for a very good story, in my opinion, That would just be me dominating 100% of the time, and, well, while we are actually doing pretty well, we're doing pretty nicely. My forces are capable of destroying many an army. I really think that the journey is so much richer for those setbacks. It really is. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's a weird viewpoint to have, but that's what I think. I think it's just so much better when we have a little bit of spice to the action. Just basically making it so that if we do have any major tragedies, that we are gonna stick with them, we're gonna stick with them, and that's the whole point, that is indeed the entire reason why I play games like this, because when you have that fantastically strong army and you lose a battle, you're gone, you're gone, you're gonna have to go all the way from scratch once again. These guys are actually relatively good. Have you noticed? They're literally running around with Norvoshi Grand-Bearded Priests and Triarch Guardians and all manner of other crazy cool units. Very surprising, actually, to see those. Yeah, such a huge number of them. But yeah, anyway, so basically what I did was, because we were at Sarth in the previous episode, right? And obviously I had lost a bunch of, party capacity. I just slapped a bunch of people in the garrison. Yeah, in the garrison, in the dungeon. And then it was... well, a no-brainer, I had no issues at that point because all I had to do was just do that, and I didn't lose anyone as a result, which is really, really nice. And it also obviously reinforces the garrison rather dramatically. Whoa, that was a nice... Whoa, okay, I actually eliminated her horse in 1 4 damage hit. That is... okay, that is very, very strange. She literally must have been running around on a horse that was basically on its last legs. Okay, yeah. Anyway, so obviously I had the ability to place all those people in the garrison, in the dungeon at Sarth, which is fantastic because that means I didn't lose anyone, and that makes it so much easier for us because now I can do some really, really cool things. Like I can literally run around as and how we like with very minimal downtime. And that's what I like, basically being able to pretty much go wherever we want, do whatever we want, just as long as we make sure that we don't lose too many of these high-tier units. That is a big deal to me, because if we lose any more of these high-tier units, it's actually pretty bad, It's actually pretty bad. Oh, no, don't die now, Elias. Knowing my luck, I'm probably going to die, like actually die. And speaking of that, don't worry, I haven't forgotten. We're going to try, I don't know whether this is going to be possible, but we are going to try and create a marriage opportunity. Yes, a marriage opportunity between us and Daenerys. I don't know whether this is actually even going to be possible. I mean, all I know is that we have good relation with her, and that is literally the only... Well, I mean, that's the only thing that really matters, I suppose, in the grand scheme of things. I do have enough... I think I have enough cash. I think I do. And we should otherwise be completely fine to go ahead with any kind of marriage. But I don't know. I've never done that kind of thing before. I've never actually married a clan leader. I don't think that's actually been possible in the past, which is really quite funny. But I guess we'll see. So what do we get? 105 renown, 106 influence. Not too bad. We did end up losing quite a few people there. Not entirely sure why that was. Generally, we... I don't know, maybe it's because we just have less people, you know, because we do actually have less people. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to continue actually letting these people go, just purely because the Valantines don't have that many people left over now, because we have been taking things. My vassals have literally been taking things. I haven't really been doing anything, like I said at the beginning of the episode. I've pretty much been, well... basically just trying to deal with all of my stuff and just running around a little bit and just making sure that we're all fine and dandy in that regard. Now, as you can see, we are quite a bit less. Yeah, we are quite a bit less in terms of our party size, which is a little bit annoying. I think we had 427 before, so it is basically 50 people. Which is, yeah, quite a significant amount. If I could get Leadership 275, that would really make a huge difference, by the way, because Leadership 275 would provide us with about 25 additional party size, and it also would scale quite nicely. Yeah, but unfortunately that doesn't... Yeah, that's probably not going to happen that soon. So let's go for some more Triarch Guardians here. Just get a couple more of those. Let's get a couple of Mirish Artisans of War, and then we can move on. And well, I mean, there's no point in me doing anything else here. Alright, so I've just sent a Raven to Daenerys herself, and we're going to see how that goes as we spec our 125th perk level point in throwing skill. So plus 2 ammunition for throwing weapons when you start a battle mounted. This, in my opinion, is absolutely fantastic. Probably one of my favorite perks for throwing weapons in general, just because whenever you have additional ammunition, I know this sounds super dumb for me to say, because it's pretty much a no-brainer, but when you have more ammunition, you can get more kills. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. I don't even know. Why am I even saying that? I don't know. It's pretty clear, you know. It's pretty clear that that's actually a thing. But yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those things that might not be necessarily super readily apparent. Because obviously, just think about it. Obviously, the thing is, most of the time, whenever you go for these kinds of things that actually provide you with additional ammunition, most of the time you think, oh, that's not very useful. You know, if you did that with arrows, for example, you'd be like, oh, what, 2 more arrows or 4 more arrows or whatever? That doesn't really seem that useful in comparison to getting something like, I don't know, increased damage or whatever. You know, that's really quite the point there. Because the thing is, with thrown weapons, you never really have to worry about damage. That's what I'm trying to say here, you know. You never have to worry about damage because thrown weapons already have an impressive base value. Alright, so here we go. This is us going into the siege in this castle, and well, to be honest, I am actually a little bit worried about this because I'm not actually in a particularly good position here. I mean, maybe I am actually. Maybe it's actually not too bad. I mean, you can see here, obviously, these guys all have shields, but hopefully the shields are not particularly good. They do seem perfectly fine, though. Wow, I just got to remark upon this. Swing speed. My swing speed right now is absolutely immense. You know, I feel like I should probably get myself a new weapon. What is going on here, though? Why am I being absolutely murdered? 6 ways from Sunday. Ah, they have tiger... Oh, no, they have tiger cloaks. Oh, dear. Okay, that's, yeah, that's probably the reason why I'm getting murdered then. Yes. Yeah, that's definitely the reason. Alright, well, thankfully, my forces are already inside the walls, and as you know, archers don't do very good in melee combat, or at least they shouldn't. Hopefully, in this case, at least. Let's see how we go here. Oh, okay, yes. There is a significant force of archers in that archery nest over there. You see them? Oh, yes. They are going to murder us. They're going to tear us apart. They're going to shred us to pieces if we let them. But that is obviously a big if. Not sure. I don't know. It very much depends. The one thing I should do, though, is not actually go there by myself. Oh, hello. Wow. Never mind. That is a Triarch Guardian. Did you notice what he was able to do? Did you notice that? He literally crushed through blocks. I did not know that they had weapons that could crush through blocks. That was very interesting. Alright, I'm probably going to die, by the way. I'm just going to call it now, alright? Probably going to die, by the way. So, you know, don't be, don't be surprised when that happens. I'm pretty sure it's going to happen relatively soon here. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna do this the smart way. All right. Instead of being a dumb idiot like most of the time I am, I'm gonna be a little bit careful. All right. I'm gonna just be a bit aware of my current situation, and I'm gonna throw a couple of things. You know, gonna try to get a couple of kills this way. Even though, funnily enough, I'm not really doing very well with these either. Oh, actually, not bad. Not bad. Nice headshot. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. And we can otherwise just kind of, you know, stay back a little bit, make sure that our perks are still being applied to our forces. I think that's our main concern right now, because generally, if we ever die, I don't know whether you noticed this, but whenever we die, we always have a significant amount more casualties than if we were to not do that. And I think I remarked upon this in another series. And that does seem to be the case, actually. It always seems to be the case where, you know, if the player character dies in a field battle or a siege or anything like that, it always feels like the AI that takes over is, for some reason, they I don't know, they just seem to have a death wish or something, I don't know. But yeah, there you go. That was really nice and easy, because we took down the walls. We just took down the walls. That's all we had to do. We just took those down, and then we were absolutely fine. And now we can hopefully convert a couple of people to join us here. There we go. Let's get one of those Sarnor spiders. I'm not actually going to take any prisoners. I don't have any space, as you can see. I literally don't have any space, and I'm very far away from any kind of town. So unfortunately, I won't be able to take any of those wonderful, wonderful Triarch Guardians. Would have been amazing if we could have. Oh yeah, by the way, in my previous little fight against those guys at Illyria, we did get these, yes, legendary Mirish pauldrons, which are extremely good. And we also got a Tiger Cloak helmet, which is, in fact, very, very good. We're also obviously using our fine Lorathi plate and legendary Summer Isles braces, as well as legendary Stark plate boots. We've got some very, very good armor on right now, and so the only thing that we can really do is just look out for better pieces whenever we have the opportunity to do so. And yeah, that's generally it. Let me actually just see something real fast, because are we able to take a look at any of these weapons that the Triarch Guardians are actually using? Because I don't know what they're using right now. I don't know which polearms they're using. Actually, you know what? It's probably easier that I just look, isn't it? It's probably easier that I just go to their troop screen and just be like, oh yes, hello. Could you tell me what you're using? And they're probably going to be like, yeah, here you go. Not like we can stop you, right? Not like we can stop you. So, yeah, okay. So this is literally one of the worst thieves I've ever seen. But yeah, you know, that's just how it goes. Just going to put a little bit of cash in there. And yeah, then our Raven should have arrived. Yes, it did. Very nice. So let's see if Daenerys is open to any kind of marriage here. Okay, so hello. I would like to propose an alliance between our families through marriage. My own hand. We are looking for a suitable marriage for Columbia. I don't know who that is. Is this woman? All right. She's Bravosi. Okay, that's very interesting. All right. I have no idea. She has a lot of enemies, as you can see right there. Okay. Yeah. Well. Should I go for it? Because apparently Daenerys is not open for marriage, because otherwise she would have said that, right? I'm going to assume that she is actually not available, right? She's not available? Okay, let's do it. Let's see what... Oh, literally. Instantaneous agreement. Instantaneous agreement. So as you can see, Daenerys actually has 300,000 in cash, which is actually really nice. So, yeah, we are just going to do that. There we go. I'm doing this purely just in case, okay? Just in case Elias manages to get himself killed, because he's getting a little bit on now, you know, he's getting a little bit on. We want to be very, very careful just in case something really, really bad were to happen. And yeah, this is obviously going to be good. All right, very surprising actually that we were not really able to do much in regards to marrying Daenerys. I don't think it's possible. I don't know. I don't think it's possible, but yeah, anyway. Oh, Illyria actually got taken. Oh, that is hilarious. I just took the army out that was over there. And now it's obviously, well, yes, no longer possible. Yeah, that's somewhat unfortunate. As you can see, if we zoom in a little bit closer here, these are the Valantine fiefs that we have to deal with here. Demon Gate, Sarmel, Gargos, and obviously now Illyria and Oros too. So that's going to be a bit problematic for us. And then of course we have the Dothraki, you know, doing things too. And oh, what's actually going on here? Even Fall Hall was taken? All right, I don't remember that. I don't remember. Oh, maybe Apatritza must have done something over here. Yeah, something must have happened over here. She must have taken it or something, or I don't even know. I think Dragonstone actually was eliminated, and we didn't even need to do anything. I basically just, you know, let them do their own thing. But yeah, we are having some problems in the Vale territory. As you can see, the Sisterton has been taken back. That is to be expected, of course, because the Vale are extremely strong right now. As you can see, they are at 17,000, stronger than even the Lannisters and House Baratheon. Yeah, everyone else is... Oh, Dawn's looking very, very good too. I do need to go and eliminate the Yeti here, because they are raiding a lot of our villages, which is probably not the best idea. Yeah, that's going to be a problem too. Alright, so we're now here at Illyria. Now this is obviously one of those times where we kind of have to make some very decisive, very quick decisions. And we are having a number of, yes, as you can see right here, we're having a number of pretty annoying votes being called by our vassals. They want to make peace. Yeah, they want to make peace, and we don't want that, of course. So, what are we going to do? Well, clearly, I have loads of influence. I'm not going to back down. I am going to 100% say no. Once I have taken Illyria, we are going to be doing that. Just in case, maybe through some, you know, freak accident, they have enough influence to be able to force me to, you know, make peace with Volantis. Volantis only has Illyria, Oro Castle, as far as I'm aware, as well as, I think, one other fief, maybe two other fiefs, I'm not entirely sure, but we've taken everything else in the short time, just now, basically, and just the travel time, basically, from me going from here and, you know, fighting. I did actually fight a vassal. Not very exciting, only 40 people, so, you know, nothing really to worry about there. And indeed, we're now here, and I was just building things, making sure that the starvation mechanic was kicking in, because these people had, yeah, as you can see, 246, and that was pretty, yeah, you know, I'm not really a big fan of fighting a huge amount there, because we do have a load of vassals in the garrison itself, too. Now, unfortunately, because we are at war against the Vale, we're having some issues with that. That is actually causing us a bit of a problem, because they're all intents and purposes, they are taking their land back, which is not very good. So, yeah, we're going to have a bit of a problem with that. Thankfully, though, we are slightly... I'm going to say it right now. Well, we're at war against someone that is actually extremely close by to us, which is very, very good. However, it is indeed a very large faction, and I've never fought them before, as far as I'm aware. It's been a while, at least, since I fought them in a previous series. It's the Dothraki. Yes, I'm going to stop beating around the bush about it. It's the Dothraki. They've just declared war against us right now, and we're going to have to do something about them, aren't we? Yes, we will have to do something about them. We're going to be going in there. We're going to see what we can do. And the very cool thing is that I'm going to try, if I can, to hire some Unsullied. Now, unfortunately, at the moment, I am very, let's just say I'm very full, you know, I don't have a huge amount of space. Whoa, that was a nice headshot right there. Okay, yeah, I am very full up in regards to how many, you know, how many people I have in my army, so I'm not entirely sure if I even have the ability to even get them. I mean, I could play some people in the garrison, I suppose that would probably be the next best thing, but yeah, it's a bit, you know, it's a bit problematic. Let's just say that. It's a bit problematic because we don't really have the ability to kind of go into... These guys do so much damage. To go into a garrison nearby, I think. I think south is ours, isn't it? So we could potentially do that. Oh, hello. Yeah, they're getting pushed over by the giant's arrows as far as I can tell, which is hilarious. Oh, yeah, we've got some of these guys as well, which is really nice. And, yeah, don't worry, by the way, we are... by the way, I'm not entirely sure if you know, but we are using Aegon's sword at the moment, which is Blackfire itself, and whoa, that was a nice headshot. That was a nice headshot. Well, I have no idea how we even died there, but alright, that is fine. Yeah, but we are actually using Blackfire, and don't worry, I'm going to be on the lookout for a number of other, shall we say, legendary characters, because they all have, apparently, I didn't know this, but thank you very much to some people on the previous episode, I think. I'm not entirely sure if it was the previous episode now, but yes, thank you very much for letting me know that there are so many different weapons that you can get from a variety of characters. And I had no idea that this was the case. I really didn't know. I thought, oh yeah, there's going to be, you know, a handful of people that will have, you know, unique weapons, and I'm mostly talking about Aegon and Daenerys, of course, and Jon Snow. You know, all these people are of course going to have their respective weapons available, and they do, and it's very, very cool. But yeah, obviously, the main problem we're going to have is finding the ones that are left over, because there were a number of them that were already available, and we've already defeated them. Unfortunately, we've already had them at our mercy, and we've not had the ability to really do anything with them, because I didn't know that they had I didn't know that they had a weapon available. For example, Traegar or Mollen, he had a weapon apparently, and yeah, unfortunate for us that we weren't able to really take him, just because I didn't know, you know. That's how it goes. Okay, so we are going to have a bit of a problem here because we have a couple of people that are wounded. I do need to find a new steward. Yes, I do need to find a new steward. I think someone said that Varys. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, on the previous episode, I think someone said that Varys has very good steward skill. So we will be trying to do something with that. Wait a minute. I'm probably going to be getting this, aren't I? Okay, you know what? Let's just take all the prisoners. Let's actually see what happens. I'm going to put them... I'm going to sell everything that I can, and then the rest of them I will put in the dungeon here. And if I get the ownership, that's going to be fantastic. You know, because that's going to make us, well, have the ability to, you know, bring people out and put them back in and, you know, do whatever we need to do. But there you go. Illyria has now been taken, which is fantastic. So, yeah, as you can see, they want to make peace. This is not something I really want. So I'm going to literally spend 1,500 influence, which is insanity. But yeah, you can see how many prisoners we have right now. We have 45 prisoners. I'm saying no. These guys, they're panicking right now. And I don't think we really need to. You know what I think the, you know, I don't want to say this because I feel like this is kind of, well, not so good. Let's just say that. But you know what I think the reason is why the AI goes so hard after peace agreements? That's because I think that the AI can't handle it. I think it can't handle it, as in, like, its decision making is hampered massively by having so many enemies at once. I actually don't think it can handle how many there actually are. And it basically puts itself into situations where it just literally can't make a decision. You know what I mean? Hopefully I'm explaining myself correctly there. But yeah, the point is, I think that that is actually the reason why they're not doing particularly well. And they're trying to, you know, force through these kinds of peace agreements just purely because the AI can't handle it. They just can't handle what they need to do, and they don't have like a list of stuff that they can do. You know, again and again and again. Let's see what happens. This is just conjecture, of course. I don't know whether that's actually the case, but I am just assuming that that is the case. So let's just withhold judgment a little bit here. But yeah, I'm going to put a couple of prisoners in here. As you can see, we've got a bunch of really, really high-level prisoners, which I'm very much looking forward to converting at some point. And hopefully I'm going to be getting Illyria itself. It would be very nice if it would go to me. I'm kind of hoping it will, because I have Volantis itself too, which kind of makes sense. There's already food in here, by the way, so we don't really need to worry about that. Yeah, as you can see, they're going to be getting plus 21 relatively quickly as well. Let's just put this around about here. Yeah, they have a tier 3 orchard, which is pretty crazy. Yeah, that is super, super nice. Okay, so let's just wait here for a little bit of time, and let's actually see what happens, because I would like to take control of this if at all possible. I don't really have the ability to garrison it or anything like that, which is obviously a little bit annoying, but that's just how it's going to go. All right, so owner of Illyria, please be me, please be me. Yes, there we go. Everyone's actually voting for me right there. So this is fantastic. This is very good. So that's going to give me a lot of cash as well. I think Illyria has decent prosperity, doesn't it? Oh no, it's actually got terrible prosperity. Okay, it's got terrible prosperity. Okay, that's fine. We don't really need to worry about that too much. We just need to worry about the Dothraki, you know, coming down on us here, because they're going to have massive armies. Just bear that in mind. They're going to have exceptionally large armies. So it's going to be very problematic. Okay, so this is what we currently have going on here. Daenerys is there. She's traveling to Dorgoyle. I have no idea where that is. Where is Dorgoyle? I've never heard of this place. Is that just me? Have I forgotten? I don't know. But yeah, let's see. Okay, so the Dothraki have... Wow, they have actually quite a significant amount. They have 3 towns. The Yeti obviously are still at war against us, technically. We have the Valantines. As you see here, they literally only have 3 fiefs remaining. Yes, they only have 3 fiefs remaining. So this, fundamentally, we need... See, this is what I'm talking about. Not sure why we are playing so weirdly here, because we're going to be playing defensive against House Baratheon, defensive against Vale, offensive against Volantis. I mean, I would love if someone went over to Yeti and actually took their fief, because there's only 1 town. I'm not entirely sure why we are taking so long over that. I mean, yeah, it's not Dawn, you know, it's not like they have like so many fiefs for us to take or anything like that. Okay, so technically I could go and capture Astapor if I wanted to. However, that's once again providing us a bit of a problem, isn't it? Yes, a bit of an issue. Because here's the thing, if I do go and I take one of these, I mean, look, they have nothing. They have no defense whatsoever. They have some of the weakest defense I have ever seen, and it's probably going to be the same inside the garrison as well. It's probably going to be extremely, extremely easy for us to capture that. What's going on here? Okay, yeah, I mean, these guys literally, they have 19 days worth of... Oh, okay, that's kind of frustrating. Yeah, that's going to be extremely annoying for us here, but, well, we kind of need to, don't we? That's the thing, we kind of need to do this. Speaking of Tyrell, there is someone that actually has a... does he not have... No, Martell does. He has a spear available. Okay, so it's not Mace Tyrell, but Martell. Okay, my bad. Okay, yeah. Anyway, point is, we'll just get these done. And Mardosh has been besieged by the ET. Okay, yeah. So it might have been a good idea for me to actually just go up there and eliminate them. That probably would have made sense, wouldn't it? We can make peace with Dawn if we want. Should I just make peace with Dawn? We're not really doing much against them. I don't know. I mean, at the moment, I am thinking maybe yes, even though I don't really want to do that. My settlement has been besieged. Yeah, I don't really mind about that too much. That's actually not that big a deal to me. Generally, whenever the AI decides to retaliate or anything like that, I always think, oh yeah, actually, that is not the worst thing that can happen. Oh, now what do we have here? We got this guy, and he's actually a pretty massive Dothraki horde army leader. So, yeah, he's very tall, as you can tell. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, he's got a lot of people. So it's going to be rather interesting, considering they actually do have pretty significant amounts of Cal's guards. I'm pretty sure these guys are going to be kind of hard. So let's see how we do this. This is a nice battlefield, though. Got to say that. Very, very nice battlefield for them, that is. Yeah, it's extremely good for them. They're going to have a great time here. All right, so let's just actually put these guys down here. Let's put these fellows off to the side somewhere. There we go. All right, that should be good enough. Kind of. Let's put these guys a little bit lower here, actually. That's probably going to be a little bit better for us. Okay, so they have 125 horse archers. Yeah, that is actually rather menacing. Okay, let's see what I can do here. Maybe they're going to shoot me in the face. That would be rather amusing. Funnily enough, my shield is actually really, really useful here now. The one thing I haven't used this entire playthrough, basically. But yeah, it's probably going to be relatively decent. Just purely because it's going to block some random shots that are coming my way, hopefully. And hopefully I'm going to be able to get a couple of kills in the meantime. I mean, these Cal's guards, the reason why these guys are not going to be exceptionally good is because they have basically no armor. They have no armor. Oh, I should tell my guys to charge in. I should tell my guys to charge in 100% because these guys are literally just going to stand here. As you can see, they are literally just going to stand here doing basically nothing. And yeah, I mean, not nothing. They're bombarding us with, you know, all manner of projectiles. They're throwing everything in the kitchen sink at us. But, well, there's that as well. They have really, really good thrown weapon users. So that's the problem. Thrown weapon users who immediately one-shot us. Yeah, that's what happens. That's what happens. Okay, I can only hope that my archers are actually going to do something relatively decent here. I mean, we are absolutely destroying them right now. If my archers could actually do something good, as in charge in. Yeah, they're constantly being assaulted by the enemy at the moment. I think we should be okay here. Alright, so we did manage to win that. Funnily enough, we did take quite a few casualties, but after my archers actually started to get things in gear, things just started dying. And that was absolutely fantastic. So we're going to let... actually, should I? I'm not going to let any of them go. You know what? I'm not going to let any of them go. I'm going to take absolutely every single one because there is no point in me letting them go, is there? There's absolutely no point in my opinion. We should just, you know, keep them as much as we possibly can. And yeah, you can see here we lost quite a few people in the process. They have Dothraki Cal's guards. The funny thing is about these fellows, right? I would 100% say that we should take these guys, but then I look at their armor and then I think to myself, you know what? They are not as good as their stats let them, you know, show, you know, basically, because they are just gonna die, as you saw right there in the battle. They were just dying extremely easily from my attacks, and that seems to be a common symptom for them. That seems to be one of those things that they're just going to do. They're just going to fall over when you attack them. Alright, so yeah, unfortunately for me, we are indeed making peace with the Vale, and I think we're probably going to say yes to this, despite them most likely having taken back pretty much all of their fiefs. This is obviously not something that I really badly desired, obviously. I mean, pretty clear that we didn't want this. However, I'm going to say yes, just for the sake. I mean, look, 570 influence. None of my forces are over in Vale territory right now. It basically makes no sense in us continuing this, even though we are going to be paying them. We're going to be paying them a pretty significant amount of cash. You can see here that we're already paying the Dornish 7,200, and we're paying 8. Are you serious? 18th. Come on. Oh, come on. That is absolute extortion. That is absolute extortion, right? You know what? You know what? I am gonna, in between episodes, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm literally gonna take so much stuff. Oh, oh yeah. I'm gonna take a lot of fiefs, and we are then gonna go straight on to the Vale. Immediately. We're just gonna go straight onto the Vale, and I'm gonna call for all of my people, right? I'm going to call for all of my people, all my vassals, to come and join me, to literally personally come and join me, because I've had enough of these guys. I've had enough of the Vale doing that extremely annoying thing. Look at how much we're actually paying in tribute now. I mean, actually, we're not even paying that much. Huh. Oh, well, maybe I don't know. Maybe I don't have to worry so much. I mean, my forces are very rich. We don't have to really worry about my vassals having a problem with the tribute. Dorgoyle has just gotten taken back, by the way, which is really nice. So we don't really need to worry about that either, which is kind of cool. I like that. But yeah, we just need to get rid of all these notifications that we're consistently getting here. Okay, yes, Dorgoyle. I should give this to this fellow, I guess. Yeah. Kind of makes sense considering he's our new vassal. We should try to make sure that he has everything that he needs as a growing boy. Yes, indeed. But yeah, otherwise, apart from that, I think, yeah, we are going to... I personally, for the next episode, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of hop around a little bit. So we're going to do a bit of a compilation sort of thing where I'm basically just going... I'm going to Yeti territory. I'm going to go and eliminate the last of the Valantines. And we're going to clear things up a little bit. I probably should be doing that in this episode, but I'm not really in the mood for that. I'd like to do a little bit of big destruction. A little bit of big destruction never hurt anyone, apart from the opponent, of course. So yeah, I'm kind of wanting to do a little bit of that. That's the reason why I was thinking, yes, let's fight the DOTHRAKI. They seem pretty fun. They are actually really fun to fight against. Unfortunately, they are just super offensively minded, which is actually what they are. You know, they do have that mindset in general. They are very much, you know, they are very aggressive, and that does fit their overall vibe. And yeah, it is obviously making a big difference to how effective they are going to be in wider scale combat, like, you know, like you've seen already. Nice damage. Come on, let's do a little bit of... Oh, hello. Got some people right here. Well, thankfully, I'm relatively quick on my feet, so I can run around. Can run relatively fastly. Yes, indeed. Fastly. So yes, let's do this. Nice. Yes. I'm surprised that these guys are able to block from multiple angles. Did you see that? Like, that fella was literally blocking me from behind. I don't know how he was doing that. But yeah, as you can see, this is exactly the reason why the Dothraki are going to be extremely easy. Even if we don't eliminate their garrison through the starvation mechanic, which is not actually what I was trying to do here, by the way. What I was trying to do was just take down their walls. Because taking down the walls, that is kind of... I mean, it's not required, but it does make the... That guy, look at him! He just flew into the sky! That was amazing. I wonder whether I can make that happen again. That would be amazing. I would love that. That would be so funny. I love that kind of stuff. Okay, yeah, so unfortunately, no. We weren't able to make that happen. But yeah, you can clearly see exactly what the Dothraki are designed for. They are so basically field battles. They are literally pretty much gods of field battles. And, well, they're not very good at sieges. Very clearly not very good at sieges. Funnily enough, am I going to die? Am I really going to die in this situation? Come on now, Elias, you're not going to die against these people, are you? I would be sorely disappointed if he did. But yeah, as you can see, these fellows literally, they can't do anything. Look at them. Look at them. Have we lost one person? Yeah, we lost one person. We literally lost one person. That is so extreme. That is exactly the reason why going in here against these guys is fundamentally so incredibly broken. And yeah, giant archers. Sure, why not? Send the giant archers in there, right there. Okay, so what do we have? Okay, well, do we want to let it go? You know what? No.
Thanks for your help.
Ah, thanks for your help, stranger. Yes. Oh yeah, you're who's this? Oh, he's just a random. Oh, he's a Lord of Oh no, he's a Lord of Volantis. Never mind. He's a Lord of Volantis. I thought. Wait a minute. He's a Lord of Volantis. I have a feeling that he wasn't always. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna let him go. Gonna let him go. Just in case, you know, just in case. Also, are we close by to... Yeah, we are close by to a town, right? I just have to kind of remind myself where we are, because I want to make sure I don't make a mistake and take a bunch of prisoners, and then we end up losing loads of them due to, you know, overcapacity. That would be pretty terrible. Alright, so we got the town here. I'm probably not going to be taking this, even though the prosperity is pretty decent, but... I don't know. Sometimes I don't really want to take a huge amount of towns because, oh wow, they have basically they have nothing here. They have no money. They have no money here for some reason. I don't know why that is, but yeah, anyway, okay. So let's have a look. Let's see. Okay, yeah, we're just going to be selling everything here. This is absolutely fine. There we go. Yeah, it's only 8,000 bit. It doesn't even give me a roguery point, which is kind of sad. Who is this? Maya? Do you have any steward skill? No, you don't. Okay, it's kind of unfortunate. Okay, yeah, so let's just take a quick look. I just want to show you the map as a whole. And then in the next episode, we'll see how dramatically it changes. Because it is going to change for the better, hopefully. Let's see. Okay, look, here we go, here we go. Okay, so this is what we got going on here. Obviously, as you know, the Dothraki, they're being annoying. They are attempting to potentially take Lazos, which I would not be very pleased about. That is my new vassal's fief, by the way. And then we have Lysera. What is he doing? He's traveling to Mardosh to besiege, which is indeed the Yeti newly conquered thing that they've just taken. And we also have Daenerys, which is... Oh, she's also going to Mardosh. Okay, that is interesting. Not sure why they didn't go to the actual place that had the Yeti, you know, at it. I don't really understand that. Okay, so we've got the Dreadfort over there, and Deepwood Motte and everything. Obviously, they're basically just rebel thieves. We don't really need to worry about them too much. And then otherwise, yeah, we're only at war, really, against the Dothraki, and then a very, very small contingent of Valantines. They only have 3 castles remaining. The Yeti has 1 castle, 1 town. Should be easy enough. And then, obviously, House Baratheon is pretty large. And, well, I mean, they're not even that large. I mean, they've got a load of castles, but that's pretty much it. Anyway, that is going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.